He didn't just delete my project. He deleted 6 months of sleepless nights, 12-hour days, the product roadmap, the market pitch, the code. Gone in a click. I didn't even have time to breathe before he turned, looked me in the eyes, and said loud enough for the entire boardroom to hear, "Your work is garbage. Start over." I didn't flinch. I just stared at him. Mark Tressler, my wife's father, CEO of Verexon, billionaire, and the kind of man who smiled while pushing you off a cliff. My phone rang. I answered it right there. "Yeah," I said, never breaking eye contact. "I'll take the 700,000. Send the contract over." Silence fell like a guillotine. His face went white, then red, then still. I ended the call, pocketed my phone, and slowly packed up my laptop. "You're leaving," he said, a beat too late. "I just got promoted," I replied. "Just not here." And I walked out. I married his daughter 5 years ago, Elise. Sweet, brilliant, always trying to bridge the gap between her father and the world he'd chewed through. Back then, Mark had smiled at me at the wedding, handed me a glass of whiskey, and said, "If you ever want to build something real, come to Verexon." It felt like approval. It wasn't. I joined the company 2 years later, started at the bottom, proved myself, delivered results, and climbed fast, until Mark made me head of innovation, a title with no real power but a shiny nameplate. I was his showpiece, the son-in-law he could flaunt at conferences, the one who smiled while he stole my ideas. The betrayal wasn't sudden. It was slow, like frost creeping in through the cracks. One week, a prototype I had designed was pitched under someone else's name. The next, my meeting invites disappeared. Then came the rumors. "He's too emotional. Not a strategic thinker." Elise noticed. She asked questions. Mark deflected. "He's not ready. He's still learning." What I didn't know then was that Elise was in on it, that she had been passing him updates from our bedroom. Pillow talk turned into power moves. My own wife was setting me up to fail under her father's thumb. The breaking point came a month ago. I discovered a forwarded email. Elise had accidentally CC'd me on a message to her father, "He's finally finishing the prototype. You can kill it now if you want. He won't push back." She had used my laptop and left it open. Her mistake. I didn't confront her. I didn't say a word. I started planning. I rebuilt my prototype from scratch on a private server, with enhanced features and a refined architecture. I gave it a new name, Neon Rift. I filed a patent under a shell company. Then I reached out to Tressler's biggest competitor, Cake Systems. They were interested, then hungry, then desperate. They asked for a demo. I flew to Zurich under a different name and showed them what Neon Rift could do. "We'll pay anything," the Cake CTO said. "I want full creative control," I replied. "And I want Mark to see it happen." They laughed, then agreed. $700,000 as a signing bonus, double what I made at Verexon in a year. That boardroom meeting, the one where he deleted my project, was my setup. I let him kill the decoy version. I baited him into humiliation. And when he took the bait, I answered the call right there in the room. Every executive heard it. He tried to call me afterward. Elise did too. I didn't answer either of them. Instead, I sent Mark a PDF, the Neon Rift patent with my name, my timestamp, and a single note, "You deleted the wrong file." A week later, Cakes unveiled Neon Rift at the Global Tech Summit. The press exploded. Investors fled Verexon like rats from a burning ship. Mark's shares dropped 38% in a single day. He held a press conference, tried to frame it as a betrayal, and claimed I had stolen company property, but I had legal safeguards in place, witnesses, time-stamped logs, and a clean code base. I hadn't used a single line of Verexon's code. It was airtight. He couldn't touch me. Elise filed for divorce the following week, claiming she had no idea what her father had planned. I didn't respond. I simply mailed her a framed printout of the email she had CC'd me on. No words, just the evidence. Last I heard, Mark stepped down from the board quietly. No speech, no farewell. The man who once commanded boardrooms like a god now hides behind PR statements and a crumbling legacy. And me? I sit in a sunlit corner office overlooking Lake Geneva. The Neon Rift launch exceeded projections by 240%. My team listens when I speak. My name is on the door. Sometimes I think about that moment when he hit delete, grinning like he had already won. He thought he was erasing me. But I was just backing up the real plan. Justice doesn't always come in courtrooms. Sometimes it comes with silence, with patience, with one well-timed phone call, and the look on a traitor's face when he realizes the prey was never weak. Just watching. Waiting. Then striking.